And our next speaker and the final speaker is Mr. Manan Shah, CEO, Ambetronics Engineers Private Limited. Manan is known to have in-depth knowledge of gas and flame detection system. He is leading various departments such as sales, marketing, customer support services, and digital marketing. Manan also helps the research and development team to design cutting-edge and innovative products that help the industry to be safe and secure. Prior to his role at Ambetronics, he was associated with Ford Motor Company in Michigan, USA, where he was responsible for designing software algorithms for driverless cars. He holds a Master of Science degree in Computer Engineering from California State University, Fulton. His vision is to put India on the world map by developing innovative technologies and supporting the Make in India initiative. Over to you, Manan.
Thank you, sir. Now, can I have the presentation, please? Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Ranjan, sir, thank you so much for a brief introduction about myself. Too young to stand here in front of people like Ranjan, sir, who's a stalwart in the industry. So the amount of experience that these guys have is the age what I am into right now. So that's a privilege for me and an honor for me. So we are discussing a lot about fires, gas, lot of incidents that was happening, and Ranjan sir rightly showed a video. The seriousness of safety should start from your house. That is what I believe. And I echo with Ranjan sir that it should be a part of education, curriculum. And yes, and on this platform, just going off the topic for a bit, I take, if Ambetronics has to contribute in any way, in terms of a government policy or any PSUs where we can implement safety in daily lives for each individual and each citizen for India, I would be very happy to contribute as a proud MSME company and a made in India company. So yeah, a brief introduction about me. I joined Ambetronics in 2019. I'm taking care of the company now since 5 years. I'm leading from the front. So we started out in 1992. हम लोग गड़ी बनाते थे. That's how we started. And now we are one of the leading players in India and in the entire world where we design gas detection and flame detection. So our part, हमारा part आता है fire लगने से पहले. We say early detection of gas and early detection of flame. That is where our part comes into play. So we have the major challenges that I feel in oil and gas or any industry when we talk about safety is हम सेंसर्स क्यों लगाते हैं, हम गैस सेंसर्स क्यों लगाते हैं, व्हाट आर गैस डिटेक्टर्स, व्हाई डू यू नीड देम, एंड व्हाट आर फ्लेम डिटेक्टर्स, व्हाई डू यू नीड देम, व्हाट इज द कैलिब्रेशन साइकिल. I come across a lot of questions from many companies, not only the government companies, but not only the PSUs, but a lot of companies in India who are trying to develop a safety culture or imbibe a safety culture. So I think I'll try to answer all of that, and throughout my presentation I'll try to explain how sensors are made. That's something that we do in Ambetronics, and I'll open a blueprint of how can you make a gas sensor. That is something that none of the companies across the globe would do that. So I'll show you the diagrams what we have worked. So that just gives you a basic idea of why do you need gas detection and what are gas detections. So some of the applications where you need gas leak detection or flame detection system is toxic gas leaks to be detected on an early stage in your plant, chemical plants, your industrial kitchens, your 7-star, 4-star, 3-star restaurants, fertilizer plants, chlorine handling, your tunnel area, your water treatment plant or your water drinking plant. So what are gas detectors? Just a basic things. It's just like a nose. जैसे हमारा नाक होता है, those are gas detectors. But we cannot smell something which is that far away. अगर उस कोने में अगर कुछ smell हो रहा है, तो we cannot smell it that accurately. So the distance, the wind speed, the wind direction, what is the temperature, what is the humidity, lot of things goes into determining the fact that कि वहाँ क्या leakage है, gas leakage है, कि कुछ जल रहा है, anything. So we come to know by our nose. So exactly you can relate your nose with a gas detector. तो जहाँ there are hazard points, chances of leakage, be it hydrocarbon, be it toxic gas, be it if there is any deficiency in the oxygen where people want to use it in the confined space, there is where gas detection system is used. And these all detections are for pre-detection. पहले ही पता लग जाए so that we can not go to कि fire हो गया कि क्या हो गया. So majorly there are two types of gas detectors. One is fixed and the other is portable. Just like we have wall clocks, हमारे घर में घड़ी होता है, एक घड़ी हम घर में लगा के रखते हैं दीवार के ऊपर, और एक घड़ी पोर्टेबल होती है जो हम हाथ में पहनते हैं. That's the same concept of how a fixed gas detector and a portable gas detector works. So कोई gas detector we carry it in the confined space in the areas, petrol pumps, refineries, any applications, and these are gas detectors which can be retransmitted to DCS, PLC and all of that. So now again there are two types. Why do you need a flame-proof enclosure and why do you need a weatherproof enclosure? These are some basic criteria that every person, and these are some technical challenges which are faced by oil and gas, not only oil and gas but all the industries. They don't know that why do we need a flame-proof enclosure for our process or do we need a weatherproof enclosure. So on the left, that's on my left, there's a flame-proof enclosure which is a metal enclosure. So people generally think कि जब बाहर आग लगता है तो गैस डिटेक्टर को कुछ होना नहीं चाहिए. That is not the right logic of using a flame-proof equipment. The right logic is if there is any sort of internal short circuit within the flame detector, or if there is any sort of component which is failing and initiating a spark, जिससे वो ignition का source बने, that should not come out of the housing. That is the reason we use a flame-proof enclosure. And the right side is a weatherproof. It's a plastic enclosure that you can use in safe area. You can also use a plastic enclosure in your hazardous area. It is not compulsory to use a flame-proof, but making sure that your plastic enclosure is intrinsically safe. When you classify anything as intrinsically safe, the wattage should be less than 2.7 watts. That is the reason it will not generate a spark. So that are some important definitions, important concepts that you need to know if you are choosing the right set of flame detection, gas detection, if you are into any industry and specifically in oil and gas. So these are majorly the four principles. इसके इर्द गिर्द गैस डिटेक्शन इंडस्ट्री ही चलती है, या फिर you can say that this is the only industry. So from this slides, whatever you see, that is our 35 years of efforts put into 4 to 5 slides. So this is one of the sensor which is called as catalytic bid. This sensor is specifically used only for measuring LELs, that is lower explosive limits. Propane, hydrogen, butane, methane, N-propane, acetylene, anything that is related to LEL. So these are some advantages and disadvantages which I've already written. So you can read it, or if the organizers are going to upload the PPT, you can have it. The advantage of using the sensor is they can detect any and lot of hydrocarbons, and the disadvantage is that you do not know which hydrocarbon it is. The second sensor is an electrochemical sensor. Specifically, the electrochemical sensor is only and only used for measuring any toxic gases which is in ppm levels. 1 ppm is parts per million. 1 million is 10 lakhs. So 1 divided by 10 lakhs, that's smallest. So if you want to use or measure something which is in ppm level, you have to use an electrochemical sensor. Electrochemical sensor's advantages is it's readily available in the market. The disadvantage is the shorter lifespan. In 2 years, you have to change it. Third, but not the least, it's infrared sensor, which we called it as a point type gas detector, which we use it in our lot of refineries and lot of places. It's an IR detector, just like our eyes. जैसे हमारी आंखें हैं, we see and then we can get the reflection back to see what it is there. It's the same, the LEL sensor for infrared, how it works. The advantage of using an infrared sensor is you can categorically determine that which hydrocarbon is leaking and which hydrocarbon is not leaking, starting from C1 to C12 or C1 to C8. This is a semiconductor IC, semiconductor sensor. It's an all gas sensor, we call it in our industry, an all gas sensor, which is used for very low cost residential only compliance, which I do not recommend, but only if some companies or some areas you need to comply, you don't have that budget, you can go for it, but we do not recommend it. So these are some gas detectors. I already told you how does a conventional gas detection system look. That's how a conventional gas detection system. This is an addressable gas detection system. I told you why we use portable. These are flame detectors. Singh Saab was talking about flame. How can we catch the flame? So that's how any flash fires of primary or secondary fires, if we have installed the right place, right location, the right flame detector, at least we can cut it down immediately. Once the flame is there, we can connect to a suppression system and then we can shut the flame down. So yeah, this is something that we have implemented for MOD, that's Ministry of Defense. And again, we have come up with a new innovative products that we call as a battery powered wireless gas detector. Now there are a lot of places where you don't have power supply, you only have solar panels, where we can use this battery powered gas detector. You just need 4 screws to mount, no cable laying, no manpower, just 4 screws and you're good to go. Just like a mobile, you just put SIM card and then you get SMS, email alerts with data logging softwares on that. So these are some of the sites that we have done. So that's it from my end. If you have any queries, and please, I will be on the stage as per Ranjan sir's moderation, or I'll be available offline. You can take it up with me. Thank you for listening me. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you very much. Now it is open for questions and answers from the panelists. Any questions?
Hello, myself Ravinder Nagar from Sriram Piston and Rings Limited, Ghaziabad. I want to know to Mr. Manan Shah, Ambetronics. Basically, we are doing plating, chrome plating. So, struggling from how to detect the fumes in environment. Do you have any sensor or detectors about to check the chromic acid fumes?
So sorry, can you come again? Which fumes?
Chromic acid.
Chromic acid.
Fumes.
So is it in the open atmosphere, or are you using a test bench, or how you're using it? Like what is the
Basically,
atmosphere?
we want to check on shop floor.
Okay, shop floor. Yes, sure.
You can provide. It can be handhold or fixed on shop floor.
Absolutely. See, we have a solution for nitric acid. For chromic acid, just let me go and check, because we test it out according to your acid, because technically these are not acid sensors, these are just fume sensors. So I just need to study the MSDS of the chromic acid and then I can get back to you.
Okay.
But nitric acid we do it for BARC.
Okay, please confirm to me, and if you possible meet me personally.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the question.